Hello friends, welcome to A12 In-Depth Modding with Rongo the Bold for 7 Days to Die. So we are in the desert, and we are on a mountain with no name. And I'm going to explain some stuff. So in this episode, we're going to look at the biomes XML file, the changes that have been done, specifically regarding weather and sky spectrums as well. So we are in the desert. This is the default sky spectrum for the desert. Now you notice as well there is this billowing dust clouds. Now if you look at them carefully, you will notice that they have kind of a point of origin on them. Now these are not weather related. These are simply a holdover from Alpha 10 or 11 when they introduced the start of weather effects. So what I'm looking for is a tree stump, which is going to be buried out here in the world somewhere. Not buried. That'd be really cool if they did that. There we go. There is a tree stump. Come across one of these. It is not. If it's not harvestable, it controls the weather. Well, sort of. It controls those building. See that building cloud, and it puts it kind of randomly around it. So it's sometimes hard to find the one that is particularly aggravating you. Looks like it's coming from over here. We'll look around. So, as we do this, there is a global... Here we go. Got rid of that one. So there is a global weather system in 7 Days to Die. So there's a process that runs... There we go. That basically says... This is the weather, and weather is going to change now. And then when it changes, it says, okay, let's change weather up. And it then looks at all the biomes. And each biome has its own settings to control its biome variability for weather. So let's go ahead. We're going to quit out of here. So now look at the sky. Beautiful. It's a bright, vivid blue. It's noon. So I'm going to go in here, and we'll do this a couple times here. So I've got... I probably don't need to actually close it. So I've got my 7 Days to Die folder, data, config, and I'm using biomes.xml is the file that I am showing you guys right now. I had this open in Notepad++. Lets me zoom in so it makes it easy to spot. And I've scrolled down to where the desert biome is specified, which would be right in desert main biome. So, the default spectrum is desert. Now, the spectrum controls the sky coloring and the lighting. So, for example, just for giggles, we're going to do forest. We'll go back into the game. And you'll notice the sky is very different. A lot more clouds in this case, and a lot more. Just the blue is not as bright. So let's hop out of there. So the light itself is kind of softer, I think. Let's quit out there. Go back. Let's change it to pine forest. Go back in. Game starts so fast now. Again, different shades of blue. The clouds in this case are very grim and gray. Again, we're still basically the same time of day, so that should not be a variable factor in here. We'll do one more. And let's do Wasteland. So those are the spectrums for the lighting of the game. So we'll go back. Oops, I didn't need to do that. Cancel. You're going to, I can't do it. No, bug report. Okay. New game. Start. And now we get that. So the reason I show you that is you can mix it up. Do what you want. If you want a brighter blue sky in all of your biomes, do it. This game is all about the modding. So let's hop back out of here one more time. Now I'll show you guys a few other things. Let's go ahead and set this back to, let's just take this comment off. Comments are, in case you're new to XML or HTML or a few other languages that use this, that is a comment open, and then that is a comment close. So you have to have those, and anything in between them is not parsed by the engine. So we got that done. Now, at the top of each chunk of biome, there is a weather definition. Now, again, remember that there is a global weather system that controls the overall weather. So you can't just make it rain. I wish you could. Maybe they will let you do that in the future. Maybe they'll add some server commands to do that. But right now, it is based upon a weather event happening in the kind of primary game loop. But there are options here. So each of these sections, let's do a couple of these sections, defines part of the weather effect in the game. So we've got temperature, we have fog, cloud thickness, precipitation, and wind. Now, these probabilities, for ease of thinking, need to always add up to 1 or 100% for each section. So you can have multiple of these sections. So for example, oops, undo that, copy, paste, or this one I think I can duplicate with Control D, but so if I wanted to have two kinds of temperature ranges, so let's say for example I wanted it to have a chance to be really cold as well, I could go in here and I could say temperature min -10 with a max of 30, probability of 0.5, and we'll have this one to be 0.5 as well. Now, I think, and don't quote me on this yet, but we'll do some more testing, that this temperature relates to whether or not you're going to get snow. It's got to be cold enough for snow to happen. So I'm thinking that how the system works is it goes through and goes, okay, give me rain. And it goes through the biome and says, okay, is there a chance of rain? Precipitation, minimum 100%, max 100% for rain. So it can get good rain. Probability 1, so 100%. So if it can rain, it will rain. I think based on this, could it be snow? So we'll test that out here in a few minutes. Fog, same kind of thing. Do you want to have fog? Here is probability 100% chance that if the fog condition gets set by the master loop, then it goes, yes, there's a chance of fog. Give me a random number between 0 and 25. So that's the amount of fog you could get. If you want it to be foggier in the desert, you could say the minimum fog was 50 and the maximum fog was 100, for example. Or maybe let's make it 70. Cloud thickness. So again, this is, if we have a couple of these, let's go ahead and duplicate this, and we'll do each one at 0.5, and this one at 0.5. And this one we'll set at maximum 100, so it's like seriously clouds. So there is a, when it goes through and says, okay, affect clouds, generate new cloud systems for this region. 50% chance that it'll be a light clouds, 5 to 50%. Let's even make it lower, 5 to 20%. Or it's a 50% chance of it being fully clouded in. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this a shot. Now, I have noticed that each time you log into the game, it initializes the weather, and the weather can be different. So hopefully we'll luck out and be able to get some interesting weather conditions. Let's go in here. We've got a nice clean skies. Weather, it's a little cloudy-ish, not too bad. This is the desert sky. Remember, this is the default desert sky, and it definitely looks darker than it normally does in the desert. But still, it's not raining. Now, if I go into the console, you can notice, I think, let's see, where does that happen? Oh, I don't see it on that one. Sorry, games. Generate chunks, loading world. All right. I have seen in the chat, in the log, a mention of weather, but so far I don't think if there is any. There we go. Let's do this. We can get our. If there's any weather information on here yet. Is it time all? Yeah. Show clouds. Interesting. Let's check it out. See what it does. Show next horde time. Displays the one in horde time. Starve, thirsty. Oh, weather. There it is. Oh, so there it is. It just tells us. Current snowfall is 0. Current cloud thickness is 23. Current temperature is 50 degrees. I don't know if they have any kind of changes in here now. I doubt the pimps put any kind of help. Oh. Okay, weather, snow, fall. 0.5. Yep, there we go. Okay, so there is cool stuff. Very cool. So, weather. Question. Weather. Help gives you a list of the. Oh, wait. Help weather gives you that. Oh, you can put minus 999 to. So we can go weather default. Ooh, we could probably set a default rain Oops. Weather default rain. Oh. Okay. All right. All right, let's try it one more time here. So you guys are learning with me. Help weather again. So we've got snowfall, rain, wet, snow, clouds, temp, default snowfall, all those defaults. So interesting. So we did get our snow. All right, well that wasn't quite kind of a new little learning bit there for both of us. However, it did not give us just spontaneous random snow. So I'm going to log out and back into the game. And I'm going to see if we can get a different weather system to spawn on us. We've got a little bit of different clouds. And if we go in here, I guess it can't quite do that. I wonder if we have to do it be weather. Oh, default temp -10. Nope. How about oops, weather default temp. Oh, maybe. Oh, those are not settables; they're just gettables. So default temperature in the world is 64 degrees. So let's try this again. We'll go back in here. Let's adjust this so it's a much lower chance, and adjust this to be much higher chance, so a much higher chance of getting a cold. And let's add a much higher chance as well of getting heavy clouds than light oops, backwards. 9.1. And the way it does this, it's a little odd. It'll go through the file, it'll go check that one, and then go on. It doesn't like put these two into a hat and then give them probabilities. It does. It's a little odd how it loops through those kind of things. So anyway, let's save that. Let's go back in to the game that's already running and start it again. Similar. Let's check the temperature. Temperature still 65 degrees. Interesting. Let's try it. Oops. Just to be sure. Because sometimes you'll get files that don't get read fully unless the game is reinitialized. And I also wonder if there's any variability based upon if it's pre-generated or not. Like that. Okay, so let's go in. Let's check around and see if we can spot ourselves. Okay, we get this. Burp. Oh. I heard a bear. Heard a bear. So this is very similar weather over here. Oh, hello, bear. And see, you can see that sky spectrum change. This is almost like a wasteland spectrum there. All right. Interesting results. Not quite what I thought would happen here. See, that's one thing why I want to change the spectrums is because it feels weird to do that. Why is just a matter of walking a couple of feet going to change the color of the sky? So I would rather have a consistent sky spectrum. Like here, up here, it's like weirdly green. So I think in my world, I'm going to switch it so that all of my skies look like that, which is a nice, you know, it's a decent blue. It's not as bright and cheery as that one, but it's also not dark and gloomy like the other one. So that's that sky spectrum setting. But we're still not getting the weather that I wish we would. So, like my mom always told me, when you can't get something to work properly, oops, let me actually cut that, put it down here in my originals, and always maximize. When you're testing something, if you want to see why, if something's working or not working and why it could be working, this is a good way of doing it. Maximize your stuff off. Save that biome. Let's go back in. Let's actually make a new game. Weather A12. And I've turned off zombies, I think. Yep. Did that for my Wellness Labs one. Okay. And let's buzz out into a desert. So look at that cloud cover. Now, time of day also affects things as well, I would assume. I really hope at some point they really explain what the master weather loop is actually doing. And let's go ahead and set the time of day. Oh, where is this? Oh, see, here we are in a heavily clouded area, massively overcast. Okay, so there's that overcast is really coming in. And there's our nice rain. So let's look at there was that one command that I ran. Ah, it's gorgeous. It's wonderful. Love the rain effects now. So there's heavy rain, which is good. That's showing us that we do indeed have things working. So I wonder, let's just see. Let's hop back in. It's maintained some state there between loads. Now let's go in, and this time let's put things kind of back to the defaults and let's see what it does. So we got cloud thickness. Let's go low cloud thickness. And I'll put this back to kind of where it was. All right, so let's go back into the game. They must have fixed the persistence of weather, because in A12, the first roll of it, weather was not persistent between starting and stopping. So that's good, actually. We'll go Hub City over there. Alright, so let's go ahead and teleport. So at least in a single player world, it does seem like the weather is pretty consistent regardless of where you're going to. So can we spot ourselves some... Oh man, this is a good map. I like it. Lots of towns. More rain, more rain, more rain. So I wonder if... I think I may do some more testing with the biomes files. Because now we're getting rain all the time. Alright, well that was kind of the first look. I know I wasn't as precise as I normally am with this one. But there's some things that we can't kind of peek behind the curtains and see what's actually going on. But a couple things that I wanted to make sure you guys understood, that if you guys want that better, bluer skies, go into your data config biomes XML file. You can change that spectrum name to the desert, the pine _ forest, wasteland, and each one will give you a different kind of blue spectrum. You can kind of pick and choose what you like. And you can also play with these cloud thicknesses and precipitation chances, fogs, etc. And might get yourself into a point where, there we go, temperature, let's do 1, boom, boom, boom. You want less rain in the desert? There we go. So that would give you something a lot more different. The other thing, there is some comments at the top of the file where they kind of talk a little bit about it. So again, temperatures, volumes are in Fahrenheit, yep, and restrict temperature in this biome to fit within the min and max degrees specified. So basically, it says get warmer, and the system says, okay, here's the minimum maximum temperature allowed. There's a foggy environment spectrum. Weather Manager prefab. I wonder. I know I'm running a little longer now, but let's look at data prefabs. Am I still pulling all those other ones forward? Guess I am. We got a bunch of stuff from a prefab pack, and I'm still pulling forward. Didn't think I was. Okay, I don't see... a weather. Nope. I don't see that thing, so there must be something. Maybe it's kind of hard coded in. Just kind of tells you 0, no skies, 100 lots, thickest clouds. Ah, very cool. So you notice that? Clouds have to be about 70 in value in order to have rain. So you can't have rain out of just nowhere. So, and wind doesn't really seem to have an effect yet, but we'll see how that goes. And again, all these things are going to affect survival pretty soon as well, which is going to be awesome. Really liking it. All right, friends. Well, I know this one was not quite as clear. I did give you a few things that you might enjoy playing with there, the spectrums, and you can definitely affect how much rain you're going to get in your world. If you want to get brighter days, just change this. Because again, if your cloud thickness max is less than 70, you're never going to get rain. So if you wanted to not have rain in your pine forest, go in here, take that one out, change this to 69, make it a 1, you wouldn't get rain because the clouds would never be thick enough. Good to know. Good to know. All right, friends. Talk to you later. If you have questions or comments about this one, let me know in the comments below. I'll try and answer them best I can. I'm going to do some more testing myself as well, and may do a follow-up on this particular file. And look for more XML files coming each week, where we look at each piece as we move forward. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Bye.